two-sided civil war where there are now fewer journalists able to operate, less transparency and understanding from there to Syria. Anna Therese, you have again assigned yourself to cover some of the most important stories of our time. And you've done it as a freelancer, cobbling together the equipment, the client, the outlet, everything, your own safety. So how do you measure and do your best against that set of conditions to keep yourself safe?
I think the most important part of my safety has been the developments that we've seen with the organization that I helped to found, Frontline Freelance Register, and then our allies with the global safety principles that have been established this year. Starting in 2012, 80% of the coverage coming out of Syria was by Syrians or freelance journalists. And the climate at the time was one in which the Syrian government was targeting journalists, and one where the industry was backing off. So that meant they were trying to cut corners in terms of costs, in terms of expenses, in terms of all the things that guarantee and equate to our safety. So when our colleagues were kidnapped, early on a lot of journalists got together and started organizing ourselves, whether working with our allies, with aid organizations that were still operating in Syria, and each other to share information, to share best practices, to share routes, equipment, etc. Then we were fortunate enough this year to have a lot of urgency from not only allies in our space who've been working with us the whole time, CPJ, Rory Peck Trust, Reporters Without Borders, but also the industry. And that's been the most important new partner in this, really talking about the pay structure and other safety standards that we really need as the industry transitions to a period where they're increasingly relying on contracted labor as opposed to staffers. So that's been my entire experience reporting in Syria has been very much dictated by these kind of bigger dynamics in this changing industry, and it dictates my safety and the safety of my colleagues, whether international or Syrian, every day.
How did it